Good morning, San Francisco! Thank you for being here. Thank you for your peaceful, nonviolent protest of the passage of Proposition 8, respecting Dr. Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi and Cesar Chavez. We will keep it peaceful.
We've been together 25 years.
And there was something so validating in like seeing all of those couples who keep showing up to get married.
We were just married on November the 1st, so we can't be separated yet.
Prop 8 has been one of the most disturbing experiences of my life. I will never forget what a dark day last Wednesday, November 5th was.
It took me a lot to leave the fold of the Mormon Church, to take the fall and make this choice. It was a difficult path and choice for me to make, not one I took lightly. It was very much based on love.
I'm proud to be a gay Mormon in strong opposition of Proposition 8 and in strong disagreement with the Mormon Church's heavy involvement in the Yes on 8 campaign.
One of the things that surprised me the most was how much money and attention 8 got when on the same ballot there was the parental notification about abortion. And instead, it went to deny people rights.
When I heard in June that gay marriages had been allowed for the queer community, I was like really excited about that. And then when I started reading that some people felt like it would be revoked by November, I was a bit skeptical because I was like, this is California. This is California. So, and this is why I moved to California.
You know, we woke up the next morning. To me, it was just like being punched in the gut.
Restore traditional marriage, and it's like, restore it. Where did it go? Who was ever trying to take it away? What was the threat to traditional marriage?
What if we got a population, everybody that's gay in the country, to move to South Carolina, put something on the ballot that said marriage is defined as strictly between 2 men or 2 women, and we change their constitution. That's what these people are saying is their democratic right to do.
They're misguided. I think they're bigoted. I think they're angry, and I think a lot of it's motivated by fear.
The Yes on 8 campaign was completely built on fear tactics and be afraid because your children are going to be hurt and the families are going to be hurt, and here's another thing to be afraid about, and be afraid and be afraid.
They're still not safe, even though you're in this bubble called the Bay Area. You're not safe, you're not liked, and you're not respected.
They're absolutely moving from a place that is not right. They're moving from a place that is fearful and not faithful.
I think I don't understand enough of why gays want to have the marriage as opposed to a union of love.
It's saying that you're less than. You can only be involved so far. And that's bullshit.
Maybe we should say, okay, we're never going to call this a marriage because that's between a man and a woman, but we're going to call it something else, which sounds really nice as well, but which also means you have exactly the same contractual rights.
That's telling every gay person, well, you're almost good enough to have equal rights. You're almost, but we're just going to push you off to the side. Just don't make too big a deal out of it. And that makes me feel like a second-class citizen.
I'm all for the legal rights.
They're people.
For the legal rights of the same thing, I'm
They're
absolutely
human
for
beings.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it could work if it really was equal. I think that's the problem here, is that domestic partnerships are not equal to marriage.
Separate but equal never really is equal.
It's just starting a giant conversation, a huge conversation, and it's all part of a process.
I'm getting a little worried that people of color are getting scapegoated for this.
Race played a huge factor, and it's often common knowledge that it's easier to blame people of color communities and cultures and say you have more of a problem with gay people than we do, which is bullshit in a basket.
I stand alone because I know that African Americans experience a better day and great opportunities because of a constitutional clause known as equal protection under the law.
Whoever said, life is easy or gaining rights is easy. It doesn't have to be easy, but it does have to be done.
And that means that gay and lesbians and transgender folks deserve equal protection under the law.
Marriage equality is obviously a civil rights issue.
It's all about, what is a civil right? Start out having people define what a civil right is, define what civil is. Look at the word civility, look at the word right, look at it through history, look how it's changed.
I used to really reject the notion that I needed the state to sanction my rights.
I didn't vote. I'm one of those non-voters. And I don't vote for a reason.
There should have been enough of us, I guess, out there to like go vote, and I guess I'm really disappointed by the GLBT activists who didn't maybe get out there on election day because they didn't think it affected them.
She's facing me, and I'm facing her, and all the Yes on 8 people are behind us. And I'm like, hey, I just came over here to check on you. And before anything could even, before we could even exchange real niceties or anything, we're attacked. I'm punched. My body is being punched. My head, my face, my hair is grabbed.
It's like change and progress is always slow. But I think it starts with recognizing that you're angry.
And I got up with my sign, and it was ripped. And I held it up. I got up and I just held it up again because that was what I was supposed to do. That's what I believe in. That's what I do, right? Like, I am for real about this.
I was in a hospital bed, and I was really sick and really upset. I want him to be in there with me.
And because we're not married, there are those who would say that we have no right to that.
I guess I didn't realize just how much it really does mean to me.
After the wedding, he said that both he and my mom voted no on Proposition 8. And he said that if they had not gone to our wedding, they probably would have voted yes. Because they thought, well, it doesn't affect them. And domestic partnerships are just as good. They thought that they didn't see that it would harm anybody by voting yes.
I just hope that people aren't afraid. Don't be afraid of change. This is exactly how people felt when we ended slavery. This is exactly how people felt when we integrated schools. This is exactly how people are gonna feel every time something happens that feels so foreign. I just hope it happens in my lifetime. I really do.
It is not yes we can,